Krishna, thank you very much for coming for our second session of our seminar called Helping Each Other Succeed. Yesterday we were speaking about Guhyam Akyati Prichati, which means confidential conversations between devotees, revealing one's mind and hearing to other devotee revealing his mind. Or also the meaning of Guhyam Akyati Prichati is when senior devotee speaks and junior devotee inquires and asks questions and listens. And also another meaning was to understand this movement, Srila Prabhupada said, and to understand the situation of this material world. So confidential conversation about our position in this world and in the universe. And as I promised, today we will start with actually some training, and we will also practice later. We have practice in pairs. We have 2, 4, 7. Okay, I can also join in the exercise, so we have four pairs. Yesterday we also spoke about that if someone wants to help others, first he has to help himself, and also he needs to get help from others so that he understands how beneficial it is when somebody gets help. So if you experience it yourself that somebody is helping you, then you will be convinced and you will provide help for others, and you will be more convincing. You can convince others that be convincing when acting as a helper. You will be more convincing. So I have been teaching this for many years in different temples around the world, this system, and some devotees have benefited from this. Some devotees have started practicing it, and those who practice this seriously, actually they get results, as with any kind of system. If you practice seriously, you get benefit. So what we are trying to do when we help devotees with this kind of approach, I call it Gita coaching, Gita coach training, and we are trying to translate the timeless success principles which we find in the Bhagavad Gita into practical daily action that brings valuable results. So practical daily action. So you have a principle in the Bhagavad Gita and you want to apply it to any life situation. It may be at your work, it may be in your family, it may be in the temple, it may be on the street. But you want to know how to apply this powerful principle which comes from God. And God has given us so that we can succeed. And so we are trying to do that, to help devotees to do that. And this application of the principles is meant in this kind of service to release full potential of devotees' body, mind and spirit. Body, mind and spirit. So you have potential, but it's not used fully at the moment. And this process is supposed to help you. So when you talk to someone, you help them to release their potential. That means you see potential in them. Bhagavad Gita 2:29 says that every soul is amazing. The soul is amazing. So if somebody is amazing, it means he or she has potential, a lot of potential. So when you see a devotee, you see actually like a lot of potential in him or her. You see that they have potential. And usually this potential is not used fully, not fully utilized for the benefit of the devotee and for the benefit of other people that devotee can serve or benefit. So body, mind and spirit, these we would say 3 areas. And you're using your body in the service of Krishna, but you can maybe use it better, and maybe you can take better care of your body. So part of using the body in Krishna's service is taking care of the body properly, for example, by proper exercise or movement or medicine. Take medicine when we are ill. Then, huge area of care is mind, and mind has 3 functions: thinking, feeling, and willing. So taking care of these 3 functions. We spoke about asking somebody, how are you? And then they say, I'm fine. And you, how are you? I'm also fine. So everything is perfect. So goodbye. But imagine if you ask somebody, how is your thinking? Oh, my thinking is very negative. All the time. So are you happy with that? No, I'm not happy. So are you ready to do something about it? I'm not sure. I don't know if anything can be done to change my negative thinking and to change my critical mentality. Oh, so much can be done. So much can be done. But the question is whether you want to do it. To change your mentality. How is your thinking? How are your feelings? The one devotee always sends me a WhatsApp message, how are you feeling? Nobody asked me this my whole life. Nobody cared to ask me how are you feeling. They ask me how are you, but they don't ask me how are you feeling. So I was thinking, well, how am I feeling? I even never told myself about this. And so I can say, I'm feeling good. And then conversation is finished. But then for the sake of exercise, I try to write a longer answer and I say, I'm feeling really challenged, I'm feeling Krishna is testing me, I'm feeling sometimes very sad or in pain. So I describe everything. So what can we do about our feelings? Well, most of the time we can choose how we feel. We can choose how we feel. How can we change how we feel? One way to change how we feel instantaneously is to change the position of our body. If you raise your arms like our deities, it's very difficult to feel negative. Isn't it? Even if you're sitting, and if you stand up, it's even more difficult to feel negative. If you keep your body straight, it's difficult to feel bad. If you walk in a confident way, it's difficult to feel bad. So if you want to find any pleasure in feeling negative, then you have to sit like this. You have to lower your shoulders and be like really, really sad and dejected and enjoy feeling bad. So body, mind and spirit, to fully engage our spirit, our soul, in spiritual activities with full attention, with full concentration, with following the process of chanting 16 rounds a day and reading, hearing to the philosophy. If you want to change your thinking, read about those who think like devotees, and you will see how they think. You will see how they think by the way they speak. So because what they think, they actually speak out. So you can ask somebody, how is your soul? Oh, my soul is now inactive because my false ego has taken over. and my soul is now quiet, but my false ego is very active, and he's telling me, I am you. So how is your soul? So we addressed all these aspects of our existence, and now we have 8 ways how do we do this, what I have mentioned, these things that I have described as an introduction. So we do this applying the principles of Bhagavad Gita to release potential of a devotee. We do it by enlightening the mind with the wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita as it is. So that means reading it, discussing it, understanding it, thinking about it, applying it, discussing what is the best application, carrying the Bhagavad Gita with you, distributing Bhagavad Gita. So we want to enlighten the mind with the wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita. And when you have a problem to solve or a goal to achieve, you look at the Gita. What does Gita says about it? You have index of the Bhagavad Gita, you can find the topic, or maybe you know Bhagavad Gita so well that you can find the verse you need. As soon as you think of a problem, you can find it quickly. Or there is a software database, you can immediately find any word in the Bhagavad Gita. And everywhere where it appears, you can find it with this software. Or you have Anipedia, which also compiles by topic, compiles by books, compiles by conversations, compiles by lectures on one topic, quotes on one topic, Vani quotes. So devotees have done so much work to facilitate our studying of the books. So enlightening the mind with the wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita and other Srila Prabhupada's teachings. That's one way. So when you have these principles as foundation, it's not difficult to help others because you know what you are doing. And you have a strong foundation, you have strong backup. Discovering and applying success principles of the Bhagavad Gita as it is. So as you are reading, now you can read Bhagavad Gita in a different way. You can look for the success principles. You read something and you say, wow, this is a success principle that can help me, or that can help this devotee. Let me write it down, let me say it, let me use it when I speak to them next time. Let me write it in my notebook or on my phone. Use it. Use this principle that Krishna is giving us to use. He's giving us to use the principle. So first we discover, then we discuss how to apply it, then we apply it. And this is why we want to discuss with devotees in pairs. How can we apply this principle? How can you apply this principle? How will you apply this principle to your challenges and to your goals? Discovering and communicating devotees' worth and potential. So now, we don't like to be praised. And maybe we like to praise others, but they maybe don't like it. Or maybe they like it. And so it says here, discovering and communicating devotees' worth and potential. So I can say that we do this in such a way that they start doing it themselves. They start seeing that they have potential to serve, that they have potential to love. But we first have to highlight it and tell them, you have this potential. You have this wonderful potential to do this service, or you have this potential to have a nice relationship with devotees. So we highlight it and then appreciate, communicate to them. And they will be a little shy, but then it will help them to understand that I have some strength, I have some qualities, I have some skills, I can use them in Krishna service. Worth and potential. So potential has to do with so many skills and abilities and qualities, But worth, sometimes we need to tell devotees, Krishna loves you. And you are valuable to Krishna.
Okay, now it's...
Okay. Actually, if it starts again, you can stop it again, and I think he will understand that I cannot take it to phone. So, to say to a devotee that he is actually a valuable person, Krishna is making so much propaganda just to get your attention. He has written books, he has sent saints and sages throughout the ages, he has sent gurus, spiritual masters, parampara, deities, festivals, food. He has sent so many things just to attract our attention. So Krishna considers us to be valuable to him, and also devotees consider that we are valuable. So there is worth in every individual, but we don't communicate this very often. So one who is a helper, he can actually say, I think you're a very valuable person. In this movement, in this world, for your family, for your friends, you're a very valuable person. So discovering and communicating their worth and potential. Now, finding together solutions that meet their needs and achieve their goals. This finding together solutions is very nice. I can give you a solution, but if we find it together, or if you find it yourself, it's much more powerful. So when you help someone, you want to involve them fully. You don't want to just babysit them, be a nanny, just babysit them. No, you want to, from the beginning, you want to train them, you want to make them strong, you want to tell them you can do it, you have to practice, you can do it yourself. When many years ago I started not giving advice. People ask me, what shall I do? And I say, what do you think? Then they say, oh, I don't know, you know better, you're a senior, you know more. I said, but don't you have intelligence? I have, but you know, this and that. I said, okay, now write 20 ideas how you can do this. And they said, okay. And they write it and write it. And after some time, they become very excited. Wow, I can solve my own problems. They were just a little bit lazy to think. But actually, they, from blank, like, I don't know, they started, you know, the intelligence started to work. And everybody has brain, and super soul is everyone heart, and super soul gives all knowledge and all intelligence. And you connect to the super soul, and you become a genius. So, finding together solutions, or even better, you find solution yourself. And we will, in our exercise, you will see, we will have a system for this. Inspiring personal improvement. By your own example, you're always working on yourself as a mentor, as a coach, and your mentees or clients, they see that, oh, he's always improving himself, that's why he is happy or she is happy, so let me do it myself. So inspiring personal improvement by your personal example and by outlining the benefits that you get from personal improvement. So you can take one thing per week to work on, or one thing per month to work on. This week I am working on smiling to devotees. Usually when I see devotees, I don't smile. But now I'm going to smile, even if it's artificial. Now I have an anecdote about artificial smiling. I was teaching one of my friends, one devotee, who comes from a very tough background. He was like almost like a criminal before joining. And he's like a, you can say, tough guy. But I was teaching him to smile to devotees. And he was trying to smile artificially, so like this. And then he did this smile to Krishna Kshetra Maharaj. And Krishna Kshetra Maharaj, being a spiritual person, being a deep person, he immediately recognized. So he gave him back the same artificial smile. And this devotee got so frightened and came to me very angry. Why are you teaching me this nonsense? Maharaj is making fun of me. He gave me artificial smile. I said, yes, but it's better than you have long face. This is better. You know, you're practicing it, it will become more natural. Your smile will become more natural. And he was trying to practice and he got better at this. Less artificial smile. So, you know, you try to smile, and I think Krishna appreciates this. And also scientists say that when you smile, then something happens in the brain and there is some hormones releasing something, and you know, like happiness hormones. I don't know. So you also can feel better if you smile, but other people around you will also feel better. And you can try to make it more natural, more real smile, not artificial smile. So, what do you say? Inspiring personal improvement. So, you can take one thing, work on it for a week, and see how much you get more inspired in spiritual life by improving yourself. 6. Appreciating and optimizing what they already have. If you're not grateful for what you already have, why would God give you more? You always complain. Why God didn't give me money? Why God didn't give me a wife? Why God didn't give me a fame? Why God didn't give me wealth? That's money. So why don't you ask why God didn't give me humility? You can ask this. You can ask God, please give me humility. But if you appreciate what you have already, if you devotees come to me and say, oh, I'm lacking this and lacking that, and I don't have this, and I say, okay, make me a list of what you have already. And they start writing, and then they find out, wow, I have so much, but I'm not grateful. Oh, that's not fair. I have so much already. Sometimes people tell me, nobody loves me. And I say, okay, tell me who loves you. But that's stupid. I just told you that nobody loves me, and you're telling me, yes, think. I'm thinking, okay, my mother loves me a little bit. She didn't want to have me, but later she loved me when I grew up a little bit. Then there is one girl that loves me, but I don't love her. So that's 2. Then I guess maybe God loves me. And maybe my grandmother loved me, but she died. And I think mosquitoes love me because they love my blood. They love me because they love my blood. They always they want to be on my body. And then slowly maybe they discover more people love them, but they don't appreciate it. They don't appreciate it. So, if we don't appreciate what we have, why would God give us more? So appreciating and optimizing, this is another thing. Now you appreciate what you have, but how can you optimize it? What does it mean? How can you get the most out of it? How can you get the most out of it? For example, you have this temple room, and most of the day it's empty. So you could be doing so many things during the day here. You can have maybe workshops, you can have like garland making workshop, you can have henna, you can have cooking classes, so many things you can do here in this space. This is a space here in the temple. And I think also deities would be entertained that something is happening here. They like to be worshipped, but they also like to see people coming and getting connected to Krishna consciousness. So you can use this space during the day. Or devotees have space, for example, in Zagreb, they have in the back of the restaurant, they have a seminar room, and it's empty all the time. And then now they are starting to rent it and make money because they need money. because it's expensive to run a restaurant in the center of Zagreb in Croatia. And maybe you don't make so much profit to break even, to come to the positive zero or to zero. So, but if you have seminars, you can charge people for seminars, you can make extra prashadam for the seminar students, for the seminar attendees, and you can make more money. And why it stays like whole day or whole week, it's empty. And why only 1 day a week to have a seminar, you can have 5 days a week or 7 days a week seminars. So optimizing what you have. For example, we have this guitar, it was sitting in Bhakta Detlef's room, he has several guitars, nobody was using it, and he decided to give it to this temple so devotees can use it to chant Hare Krishna, the accompaniment of guitar. And now this guitar is being used in Krishna service, and I think even guitar is more happy if it's used in Krishna service. You see, it's smiling. You look. If you don't want to look, you should look and see if it's smiling. Then, so optimizing, we can optimize everything. Books, people buy and they put it on their shelves and don't read it. So how can we optimize this? We call them, we ask them, have you read the books? I come to you, let us read it together, let us discover success principles for you, and you optimize Prabhupada's book. Inspiring contribution. Discovering new possibilities. There is always many more options than we see at any particular moment. Always more options. How many fingers do you see here? Quick.
3, 5.
5.
Yeah,
3.
yeah,
5.
yeah. Yeah, both are true, but the thing is, because these 2 fingers are down, you say 3. So similarly in life, we don't see the obvious just because we don't look carefully enough. We don't look carefully enough. If you look carefully, you'll see there is 5 fingers. 5 fingers, not 3. Similarly, when we come to any place, I have this experience a lot. I came to Ljubljana temple once in the winter, and they gave me Guru room. And Guru room is big like this temple room, little smaller. And they gave me a bed and only 1 blanket. And it's freezing cold. It's winter. And the heating is already gone down because it was 11 o'clock and devotees turn off at 10. And I was thinking, but how can they leave me like this? I mean, I will freeze. I'm skinny, I'm sick. At that time I was not so old. So, I put this heater near the bed and just squeezed myself and slept until morning in like frustration. And in the morning there was a box near my bed and inside huge warm blanket. Then on the beds there were 2 blankets also. So, but I haven't seen it. I was just complaining. My mind is complaining and I haven't seen it. And just because I didn't look carefully enough. And I didn't need a heater. I could have this warm blanket and sleep very warmly if I would be just looking. So similarly in life, if we raise our head and look around, then we can find so many things. So discovering new possibilities. I was living in London for maybe 1 or 2 years in squats. Do you know what is squat? You know what is squat. So for those who don't know what is a squat, it's a flat that belongs to somebody else, but because they are not living inside, it's legal to enter and live there while they are not there. And if they come, they can kick you out, but usually they don't come because they have another place. So you can legally come in, change the lock, and as long as you're inside, police has no right to kick you out. This is a law from the 19th century, still valid in England.
Not in Germany.
Huh?
Not in Germany.
I'm speaking about England. so, so I was leading the squats because some boys who were like aspiring devotees or young devotees from Eastern Europe, mostly from ex-Russian countries, they know all these squats and they show me where are the squats, and I didn't want to pay for my rent because my wife and daughter were in America and I didn't want to pay for myself and I wanted to save money, so I saved £50 a week, so £200 a month. So for me it's okay to sleep here and there. And so it has heating, it has warm water. During the winter it has heating, you can sleep. It's clean, usually it's clean. If it's not clean, you clean it. Then these boys started bringing food. Where did you get the food? Oh, people in the evening, because they cannot sell it in the morning, because it's too old for the morning. It's only sellable today, so they want to throw it out, and I take very nice food. A little bit clean here, maybe a little bit rotten here, but you have nice vegetables, nice food, even yogurt or something.